Plants are part of everyday life. Walk out the street and you will see roadside trees bordering the sidewalk. People use flowers for decoration and for deliver their feelings. Plants or edible pages always appear on our table. But have you wondered how these plants live? How did they glow to be something taller than us? When the plants start to glow, how did they bear something so delicious? So today we will talk about the life of the plant. As an animal does, plants have a life cycle. Plants have a different turns of a cycle depending on the plant. For example, rice starts with the rice seed. It sprouts out as a tiny shoot and grows leaves and stem and in bowl. It bears green so that we can harvest it. Like rice, a plant that finishes its life cycle in the years is called the animal plant. However, plants like Persian tree, forsythia, and hibiscus, which repeat the cycle on this die, is called the perennial plant.
As a plant grows, it needs nutrients, water as any living thing needs, and also security. It needs to be strong enough to grow more plants, so it has different parts to fulfill these requirements. First, the root. It is the lower part of the plant. It sprouts first of all of a plant. This part of the plant supports the plant by reaching deep into the ground and holding it, making the plant settle down for it to grow. A root is made to suck up water. This is the reason for a root being hairy. Without a root, a plant wouldn't be able to suck up water, and then the plant would dry up. Roots also store nutrients in them. Carrots, radishes, and sweet potatoes are the most common example. The second part of the plant is the stem. A stem is usually upright like a tree. A stem supports the plant, stabilizing by growing straight. But winding stem plants and creeper plants don't rely on stability but on flexibility. A stem is also a tube for the water to move. Water that has been sucked up from the root travels up through the stem and is transported to other parts. Stems also store nutrients like roots. Onions and potatoes are the most common example. The third part of the plant is the leaf. Leaves are the last stage for the water in the plant. It is used for photosynthesis. It means making nutrients such as starch, using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, and then making oxygen for us to breathe. So the plant is doing a benefit to us while making nutrients for itself. And the leaf does transpiration, which means evaporating the useless water left in the plant. The nutrients these leaves made can be stored in the previous parts and be saved for the next stage of its life.
All the things that these parts do are for one purpose, reproduction. As a plant grows, a flower blooms eventually. A flower usually consists of a pistil, a stamen, petals, and a calyx. Flowers are stage one for reproduction. They make seed through pollination. Pollination means transporting the pollens which are made in the stamen to the pistil. However, plants can't pollinate themselves, so a lot of things help them pollinate. Insects, birds, wind, and water. Entomophilous flowers which get help from insects make a lot of honey and aroma to lure the insects. Ornithophilous flowers which get help from birds usually bloom in the winter when most insects don't work. That's why they get help from birds. Anemophilous flowers and hydrophilous do nothing. They just make a lot of pollen and let the wind and water do their job. Anyways, when pollinating is finished, the seed forms in the ovary. Then the ovary grows with the pistil and stamen and becomes a fruit. A fruit job is to protect the seed and go far away to spread it. There are a lot of examples of this, but I will take an apple as an example. When you cut an apple in half, you can see its seeds. Additionally, it has thin skin, juicy flesh, and a hard core. The core part protects the seed until it is grown. That way, it can be separated from the main plant and go to a place where the seed can be grown. Also, the nutrients made in the leaves sometimes go with the fruit to help the little seed to grow. Many plants are produced by seeds. The reason is to let young plants live because of the seeds. There are many ways for plants to spread their seeds. First of all, some plants have live fluff and are blown by the wind to spread the seeds. The fluff blows by the wind and falls anywhere on the ground. When the seed falls, it becomes a plant. A dandelion, milkweed, and willow can be a representative example of this. And some plants have hooks, so they hang on animals' fur or human clothes for their reproduction. Spanish needles, a kind of cosmic plant, cucumber, and burdock are in this category. Some plants were skin burrs so that the seeds would be reproduced. An example of this is garden balsam, a pansy, an oxalis, and bean. Some plants have wings, so they fall to the ground to reproduce. The fruit of the maple tree have wings, so they fall to the ground as they rotate. Ailanthus is a representative example of this too. Lastly, some plants spread seeds by water. Plants that spread seeds by water have the skin, so the water cannot come to the seed. And trees such as lotus or cocoon palm will be a good example of this. In addition of this, there are several other methods of seed propagation. When a plant ends this process, it dies or starts making flowers in the next year depending on its cycle course. And next, the seed grows into another plant and repeat this like we have presented. Today we learn about the life cycle of plant and the structure of plants, and we learn about the function of the parts that make a plant. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you for listening.